Welcome to this episode of our podcast. If you're listening while juggling tasks, stuck in traffic, or mindlessly scrolling through social media to escape exhaustion, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Slow down with me. Today, we're diving into something deeply personal and universally relevant, reconnecting with yourself in a world that never seems to stop. We live in a time when being busy is almost a badge of honor. Schedules are packed, notifications never cease, and the pressure to keep up is constant. But amidst all this noise, many of us feel a quiet ache, a sense of disconnection from who we really are. We go through the motions, tick off tasks, but rarely stop to ask, am I okay? What do I need? Am I living in alignment with what truly matters to me? This podcast is not a quick fix. It's an invitation to explore, reflect, and gently return to yourself. Because no matter how fast the world moves, your inner compass can guide you if you learn to listen. Part 1. The modern world and the culture of disconnection. Today's society often equates productivity with worth. How are you? We ask. Busy, we reply almost proudly. But busyness can also be a mask, a way to avoid discomfort, decisions, or deeper emotions. We scroll through curated lives online and compare their success, joy, and clarity against our fatigue and confusion. It's a losing game. Multitasking fragments our attention. Modern capitalism tells us we need more: achievements, followers, results. But chasing more without knowing why can leave us feeling hollow. We're often so outwardly focused on careers, relationships, appearances that we lose touch with our inner world. Emotions are suppressed, intuition is ignored, and discomfort is numbed with distractions. Part 2. What it means to reconnect with yourself. Reconnecting means building a relationship with your thoughts, emotions, values, and desires. It's about awareness, noticing your responses and reflecting consciously. Your values are your compass. When you live by them, you feel aligned. Emotions are not enemies. They're messengers, and your body, too, has wisdom. Part 3. Signs you've lost touch. You feel chronically exhausted, even after rest. You struggle with decisions unless others weigh in. You feel numb or emotionally flat. Time feels too fast or meaningless. You overreact to small things. You seek constant distraction. You feel empty or without purpose. These are not flaws. They're signs from your inner self. Part 4. Practical ways to reconnect mindfulness meditation. Start with 5 minutes of quiet presence. This simple practice helps you observe your thoughts without judgment and cultivates inner stillness. Journaling. Ask yourself questions like, what do I need? Or what brought me joy today? Writing down your thoughts creates clarity and deepens self-awareness. Digital detox. Create pockets of silence every day by stepping away from screens. This helps reset your nervous system and re-engage with the real world. Body practices. Engage in yoga, walking, or stretching. These activities bring attention back to your physical body and promote a sense of groundedness. Nature. Walk outside without your phone. Observe your surroundings. Breathe deeply. Nature has a calming, restorative effect on the mind and soul. Revisit childhood joys. Think about what you used to love doing before the pressure to be productive set in. Rekindling those joys reconnects you to your authentic self. Clarify your values. Identify what truly matters to you, such as freedom, creativity, or compassion, and let those guide your decisions. Set boundaries. Learn to say no. Protecting your time and energy is essential to creating space for inner connection. Self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness, especially when you fall short. Speak to yourself the way you would to someone you love. Solitude. Spend intentional time alone. This is not about loneliness, but about reconnecting with your thoughts, desires, and inner voice. Part 5. Challenges you might face. I don't have time. Start with minutes. Even brief pauses matter. It's uncomfortable. Stillness reveals what's hidden, but it also heals. I keep forgetting. Use cues, notes, gentle alarms, or evening reflections. People won't understand. You don't need their validation. Your peace is your own. Part 6. Real stories of reconnection. 1. The burned out executive. Samantha was a high-performing executive who had climbed the ladder fast. Her life looked perfect on paper. Bonuses, promotions, recognition. But inside, she was unraveling. Each morning, she felt dread. Her weekends were filled with work emails, and she couldn't remember the last time she felt rested. One day, after collapsing from exhaustion, Samantha took a sabbatical. She moved to a small cabin in the woods and committed to healing. With no Wi-Fi and no schedule, she began to walk daily, journal her feelings, and sit by the river in silence. At first, the stillness scared her, but slowly she found herself again. Her measure of success shifted from productivity to peace. When she returned to her job months later, she chose a new path, consulting part-time and spending more time with her family. She wasn't just surviving anymore, she was living. 2. The overwhelmed mom, Jasmine, was a single mother of 3, working 2 jobs to support her family. Her days were a blur of school drop-offs, work shifts, and household chores. She loved her children fiercely, but often felt like a machine on autopilot. She hadn't heard her own thoughts in years. After a close friend gifted her a journal, Jasmine began waking up 15 minutes before her kids. She used that time to breathe deeply and write, sometimes just one sentence, other times a full page. Slowly, this tiny ritual became her sanctuary. It didn't solve all her problems, but it changed how she met each day, with more presence, more patience, and a small but growing sense of self that had been buried for too long. 3. The lost musician. Derek was a talented guitarist who had given up his dream of music to pursue a real job. 10 years later, he had everything society told him he should want: steady income, a house, a routine. But he felt lifeless. His creativity was gone, and so was his joy. One evening, while cleaning out his garage, Derek found his old guitar. On a whim, he tuned it and started to play. The sound was rusty, but something inside him lit up. He began playing for 10 minutes a day, then 20. Music returned to his life, and so did meaning. Eventually, he started playing open mics on weekends, recording songs, and teaching kids part-time. Derek didn't quit his job, but he reclaimed his passion, and that changed everything. Part 7. Final thoughts. You are not a machine. You are a living, feeling, evolving being, and you deserve a life that feels like your own. Reconnecting with yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Because only from a place of inner alignment can you truly offer your gifts to the world. So take a breath, check in with your heart, begin again, and again, and again. Because you're worth it. Thank you for listening.